here, and we are glad, we're excited, and we are hoping that we get to learn today, because there's a lot that we have to tell you and teach you today. So we are hoping that you give us your maximum attention and contribution. My name is Florence Cynthia, and I'll be your MC for this event. Thank you. So I'll be calling on Promise to come on stage and introduce us to blockchain and cryptocurrency. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Promise. Take the stage. Thank you.
Welcome to this huge event. My name is Promise. I'm a smart contract dev. So today I'm going to be introducing you to crypto, okay? What crypto is, what cryptocurrency is, what DEX is, and what centralized exchange and decentralized exchange. That's what I'm going to be talking about this afternoon. Right. I believe you can see my screen. Yeah. Let's see blockchain as a ledger, or let's say a Google sheet or a spreadsheet that saves transactions, that stores transactions. Okay. So that is what the blockchain is. It's a ledger that stores transactions that goes on the blockchain. Okay. Cryptocurrency is value. You can send it to someone, and somebody can also send it to you. Okay. So blockchain is a sheet, it's a ledger that stores all transactions, all those transactions that is occurring on the internet, on the blockchain. It's occurring on the internet. It saves it like a spreadsheet. The reason why it's there and it's saved there, it's because they want it transparent. Unlike the banking system or the banking sector, that you have your money put in one place and one person or the bank or the institution is controlling your money. This one is not like that. It's decentralized, okay? Nobody owns your money, okay? So it's a digital money native to blockchain. It is a medium of exchange, a store of value like digital code, and can power DApps, that's apps and services. It is not controlled by a government or a central bank. Then let's look at the history of cryptocurrencies. It all started back in 2009 when an anonymous person called Satoshi Nakamoto. But the magic happened in 2015 when Ethereum now brought about smart contract. They developed a smart contract. And the smart contract, what it's all about is a self-executing code that runs on the blockchain, okay? So it's more like a program, a set of instructions that gives the blockchain what to do at a particular time or trigger an event at a particular time. So when this smart contract came into play, it gave room for DApps, decentralized applications, to run on the blockchain, not just peer-to-peer, sending money to one place or the other. It gave room for applications to be built on the blockchain. So we have DeFi application, that is decentralized finance applications on the blockchain. We have other DApps on the blockchain also. We have NFTs, that is non-fungible tokens on the blockchain. And this is the foundation of the Meteora and the Jupiter we are all here to witness. It's a DApp, it's an application on Solana blockchain. I've spoke about blockchain here, but I didn't tell you that we don't just have one blockchain, we have a lot of blockchains. Just like the Bitcoin I just said earlier, the invention of it started 2009, where Satoshi invented Bitcoin. But after that, Ethereum came into play, and Ethereum opened the whole world of cryptocurrency, blockchain, in a way that we can do a lot of things there. Then we'll have Solana. But that's the main reason why we're here. We're here because we want to learn about Solana ecosystem, blockchain. Then we want to learn about the apps, the DApps on the DApp. We can actually make use of it for our code, okay? Then we'll have, that's where we'll have the Jupiter and the Meteora in play here. So, yeah. Why does this all matter? Finance freedom. Be your own bank. Access financial service anywhere, anytime. I've explained that. Through digital ownership with NFTs and tokens. You truly own your digital assets, not a platform. I made mention of NFTs here earlier. Now on blockchain, you can actually have own access. The whole of this hotel can be an asset on the blockchain, and you can buy an asset. You can buy an artwork. You can buy an estate. There's real estate on the blockchain. So if you are looking for where to invest your money, now is not a place to carry your money and go and put in these are banks. Of course, you can do that, but there are places where you can put your money and it will go for you on the blockchain. Okay? Yeah. So I talk about innovation and efficiency. It opens new models for art, gaming, social media, and global platforms. That is the centralized exchange and decentralized exchange. How you buy, you sell your crypto. Have centralized exchange like the Binance, the what do you call it? Coinbase, and all, they are all centralized exchange. What you do there is you can open an account with them and they manage your account for you. They manage your money, your crypto for you. They hold your private key. They are the ones doing everything for you. And also have the decentralized exchange. So for the centralized exchange, it's beginner friendly, easy to use. You can create an account with an email or password using KYC and all. You don't hold your key. The exchange holds your crypto for you, like a bank. Then, for example, you have a Coinbase, the Kraken, the Binance, and all. Then we have the DEX, which is a decentralized exchange. Yeah, this is a trading engine. I go directly with others using the smart contract, which are actually programs on the blockchain, just like I said earlier. Then you don't need a middleman to do that. You with your wallet, your money, your wallet, you can actually trade using the decentralized exchange, which of course we are going to demonstrate. We are going to do a demo for you to see data using a DAMM, that is an application on Solana blockchain. We're going to use Meteora to do that for data. So, like I said, for the decentralized, you hold your key, you connect your wallet, and you control your access yourself. So it's permissionless and it's global. You don't need to sign out. You don't use to sign up. No sign up is required. They're not asking you for your email or anything. You just go there. You get your wallet key and wallet address, and you start transacting. Alright, so this is the comparison between the centralized exchange and the DEX. Okay, so we'll have for the control, the exchange holds your private key. That's for the centralized exchange. We're actually here to just give you a brief orientation of what blockchain is all about and how you can gain using the blockchain. Okay, so people are actually making a whole lot on the blockchain. There are a few persons that of course know about it. They know how you can exploit and take the power of just your smartphone and your laptop. If you have a laptop, even your smartphone, you are good to go, and you can make a whole lot with it. But a lot of people are not aware of that. So that's the reason why this event is put in play, so that we can intimate you and teach you how you can actually take this to your advantage. Okay? Alright. Time for questions. That's all you have.
Thank you very much, Promise, for that wonderful explanation. Alright, so Ohange, I don't know if you have any contribution contribution, any addition, anything at all, please come on stage and help us out.
I know that people are hearing a bunch of things like keys, sex, all this kind of stuff. Who knows what sex is? Okay. Okay, so please, I like this guy. What he said is, you heard what he said. He's a smart contract developer. This guy just understands code. The remarks on this is that decentralized. First of all, the term decentralized and centralized. Central point of control, and the point where you have control from multiple points, right? So that's decentralized and centralized. Example, we have servers, right? We have AWS, and those stuffs are like kind of like centralized. They have a central point of control. But he mentioned something about nodes, which is this computer here. So if I'm running a blockchain software like Solana on this computer, I'm a node for Solana, and I have Solana's blockchain here, and I'm validating the transactions. Same also he mentioned about Ethereum. It's the same thing. Like he said, we have different blockchains. So these different blockchains that we have, they all have a way of consensus. They all have protocols. They have a way that it works. So but we're not here to learn about all blockchains. We're here to learn about Solana blockchain and how Solana blockchain works, and in particular, how Jupiter and Meteora, which are existing decentralized applications, DApps, as I mentioned, how they operate and what they have to offer us here. So that is the whole thing about. And on the slide, you're saying transparent and it's permanent. Yes, that's it. Everything written on the blockchain is permanent. It cannot be erased. Okay, so if you look at the blockchain, like you said, you look at it as a digital ledger, as a paper, it's a piece of paper that holds transactions. Okay, so Mr. A has 1,000 naira on the blockchain. It's there. And if Mr. A wants to send 500 naira to me, he would send that 500 naira to me. There needs to be a consensus that Mr. A had 1,000 naira in the beginning, and he has sent 500 naira, and his balance is now 500 naira. If that was on the bank, that would be on the bank's central server. The bank has a central server that handles that for them. But in the case of blockchain, these servers exist on supercomputers. So please, I want you to understand these things before we go forward. And truly, you might not even need to understand all these technical things for you to be even able to participate, or even for you to learn what we are here to do today. But with time, you can do your own research, as we always encourage in crypto. We always encourage people to do your own research. In this game or business or whatever you want to call it, research will take you a long way. Yeah, he spoke about the first cryptocurrency that ever existed, which was Bitcoin, 2009, created by a person called Satoshi Nakamoto, or a group of persons. Because it's hard to believe that one person was able to come up with this kind of genius idea. Okay, but for some reason, this person or this organization or this group of people decided to make themselves anonymous. Of course, there were people that were arrested. When Donald Trump came into presidency, he gave a guy pardon, somebody that had a Bitcoin platform, as way back as, 2000, some few years after Bitcoin was created. And governments were so afraid of this technology. Like, how can you say you want to have your own money? How can you say you want to control, you want to create your own economy? But that is the world we live in today. And that is why we are here to introduce this thing to you. To know that you can be your own bank. You know that sounds very weird, but it's very, very possible. And we are actually going to show you how to be your own bank. And yes, if you have money on a centralized exchange, that centralized exchange has a central control point. It's not a custodial wallet. There are wallets that you can have that are your wallets. Come rain, come shine, your funds will be there. They're not going anywhere. You can always move them and do whatever you want to do with them. And you have absolute control of it, but you need to learn how you have absolute control. But for today, you just have to take it from me that you can have absolute control of your funds, your resources, your money, and when you need part of that money to pay bills, you just take out of that money, move it to your bank, pay bills. understand? But today we are past the stage of taking money and putting it in the bank for 6 months in the name of fixed deposits. We have better ways of doing fixed deposits that will give you better yield. And that's why we're introducing it to Jupiter. And we have better ways for you to make money out of cryptocurrencies that we're going to introduce to you as a community. And the theme of today's event is the fusion of liquidity and community. If we are successfully initiating a community today, if we can successfully grow this community, I promise that the things that will come out of this community will be amazing to everybody that is here. Centralized exchanges need your KYC. They need you to come with your email, your phone number. They need to know who you are, because you are dealing with fiat currency, which is naira, dollar, yen, pounds, whichever country you are in. So the government needs them to do this. But the centralized exchanges are just very, very straightforward. And there's a very perfect one that is even easier to use than Central, which is Jupiter, which is what we're going to introduce to you today. Jupiter Exchange. We're going to introduce it to Jup mobile wallet, and we're going to give you guys a little bit of cryptocurrencies to start your own crypto journey.
Okay, so now it's time to unlearn. I said we're here to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We are going to take a quick break.
So, please, it's very important that we network with each other, get to just try and make a friend here today. Somebody that you don't know, just say hi to somebody while you are eating and having your soft drink or water. Just try to say hi to somebody. So we have a little bar set up at the back there. So you can, if you feel like you want to have something, of course you can communicate with the bar. So we have some refreshments for you guys. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, if you have any question, please. If you have any question, you can ask. Any question?
You said decentralized exchange are places where we can trade our funds with people. I want to understand how that can be like the app used for it. I'm assuming Jupiverse/Meteora is part of the platform where we can trade with. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving us an you said something about decentralizing. There is a deposit not owned by the government or an individual or a single company. So now, who are these companies or bodies that are controlling this crypto? Because if it's not owned by an individual or a single company, who are behind it, who are always controlling this crypto?
So if they can create something and have access to it, create a backdoor to it, it's not like these blockchain companies are not owned by people. Solana itself was built by somebody called Anatoly, but it's permissionless. He cannot go and alter data on the blockchain, even though he developed it. Okay, of course. The Solana blockchain is powered by the SOL token, SOL. So every cryptocurrency has a symbol. Like for instance, we have Burning Jup here. So let's just take a second to look at Burning Jup. Burning Jup, I'll tell you about Burning Jup later. But the token symbol for Burning Jup is BURL, B-U-R-L. All cryptocurrencies exist that way, and you interact with them that way. Do you understand? Because of the nature of that blockchain. Now, cryptocurrencies use a technology called cryptography. It's an encryption, just like you lock your phone and you unlock your phone. Somebody created that your phone, and the person has given you a way to lock your phone with your fingerprints or your code. The person can now not come and access your phone because he's the one that created the phone. Yes, and so this technology has been created by people and it has been tested by so many people, so many experts, and it has come to the point that trillions of dollars have been invested into this. You look at our BetNeja, right? So yeah, BetNeja, let me use that as an example. I credit my bet agent on my pay stack. What bet agent is doing is just to show me I credited 5K into my, that's not money. That can be altered because they have a central control point where you can do that, but they won't do it. In the future, if you want to discuss more about this, I can talk about this all day. So you can talk about it on the group, on the call, whatever you want. We're going to have more meetings, we're going to have more workshops. This is just an introduction to cryptocurrencies. Let's just initiate this community and start building something here in Boko. Okay. So I don't know if I was able to tackle your question, but if I was not able to do justice to it, I promise I will do justice to it on another time, maybe after the event, after we're done with the event. If I have a personal chat, I'll explain, I'll show you more stuff. Thank you. So I'm going to be talking about Jupiter Exchange. So the site is jup.ag. It's a decentralized exchange. It's an aggregator. Also, it collects, what I mean by it being an aggregator, it collects data of all the tokens on Solana, brings it together, and makes many of it. So that's what Jupiter Exchange is about. And it also gives you the ability to swap these currencies and make a profit out of it. Okay, so when you're buying a cryptocurrency, why are you buying a cryptocurrency in the first place? It's a form of money. So you need it to gain value so that you can then swap it and make a profit. That's what traders do. But this is Jupiter Wallet. This is a wallet extension. As you can see welcome to Jupiter, and so personal portal into Solana. So that is exactly what Jupiter is. If we were on Jup Mobile, we would have a better, sexier interface. If you've not yet downloaded Jupiter Mobile, please just go to your Play Store or your App Store and download Jupiter Mobile, because this is Jupiter Mobile we're going to be using to do giveaways today. So I have a little bit of soul here and bond tokens here that I'm going to give out. So you can see, if you want to swap, we're on the swap interface where you can swap. I just press swap and now we're on the swap interface. And here we see the current price of SOL USD coin. Okay, trading at 141.6 USD. Okay, so USDC is a stable coin, it's stable to the dollar. It's always close to the dollar, 0.99 cents or 1.01 or 02. You have to understand that USD coin is also a cryptocurrency. All cryptocurrencies go up and down. So at the time where you need stability, you hold on to USD coin or USD Theta. I'll just introduce you guys to a bunch of Jupiter products. Jupiter has a lot of products. Like these guys, they ship products every week. Like it's crazy. If you're on X and you see the level of work that these people put in to bring these financial tools, then these financial tools are so amazing and they make money for people. Personally, I don't want to say how much I made from cryptocurrencies. Well, I think that cryptocurrencies have saved my life. Because I've been in crypto for about 3 to 4 years. I knew about crypto a long time ago, but actively, it's been about 3 to 4 years, and I know what crypto has done for me. So I learned that you need to do some work online and get paid in crypto for you to have volume. That's what liquidity is. Okay? So we call it building liquidity. Build liquidity to participate in DeFi. DeFi means decentralized finance. Your normal finance is banking. So anything crypto is decentralized. So we call it decentralized finance. It's permissionless. Nobody needs to know your name. You just need to have a wallet. So if you download Jupiter Mobile, you're going to get a wallet, and we're going to give some QR codes on the screen. You scan, and once you scan, those assets would appear in your wallet, and you have those assets in your wallet, and that would be the first form of liquidity that you get on a new wallet. So you can build that liquidity by participating in the community. Because the reason why you're getting that is because you were here and this was provided for you. Other opportunities will come up, you understand? Bigger opportunities will come up. So if you're an artist, a musician, a content creator, I see a lot of people doing content, looking for views online. Well, how do you convert those views to money? If you're good with creating content, it's better you create content for people that will pay you. You can create educational videos for Jupiter, for Meteora, and you get paid. Today, as we are here doing this, they are doing this online too. It's not, I was on X. Okay, if you look at my screen, if you look at the screen right now, you're saying LPMA Basics, 2 p.m. UTC. So this was happening live on X. Okay, so that is why we are here. To tell you that this kind of things are happening. You must not learn directly from here. You can also learn online. You can also learn from the platforms themselves and then build on your own. And then it's easier when you have people that have a little bit of experience. I'm still learning. We learn every day. So people that have a little bit of experience to guide you and hasten your journey. Jupiter Exchange is what it is. It's a decentralized exchange for your swaps. And there are times when you need to swap to these assets that go up. So that when they gain in value, you now swap it back to USD coin and have more value. That is what Jupiter is here for. Jupiter has PEPs. Perpetual contracts are contracts that you're betting against. You're betting against the market. You're guessing if the market is going to go up or is going to come down. So you tell Jupiter Exchange that, oh, I think Solana is going to go up. So as I've gone to PEPs now, they now tell me that by continuing you consent to have read and understood Jupiter perpetual trading. So they're warning you because you can lose your assets by doing this. It's not everything you do in crypto that you lose your assets. There are things that you can do you won't lose your assets, but things like this, like perpetual contracts, your assets can actually go and you can actually make a lot of money. So I'm on PEPs now. I'm not going to long or short. Okay? So longing actually means that I'm betting that the cryptocurrency is going to go up. And I can choose my leverage 20x of my capital, 100x, 250x. So let's say I have just $10, right? And I will put my $10 of so. And there's also Jupiter Lend. Jupiter Lend is another service offered by Jupiter where you know, like in crypto, you have NFTs. It's an asset. For instance, this hotel, for example, money was used to build this hotel. Cement was gotten, blocks were gotten to build this hotel. So this hotel is actually money. If I'm going to the bank now to get a loan, the bank will ask me, what collateral do you have? I'll tell them that I have this hotel. Then they will come and value this hotel. They'll send their valuers to come and value this hotel. And they say, okay, this hotel is worth 1 billion naira. And I'm like, okay, since this hotel is worth 1 billion naira, we can give you a 500 million naira loan. Knowing fully well that if you're not able to pay back that loan, we'll seize this hotel and we'll be able to sell it at a minimum of 800 million. Easy. And we'll make back our money. So it's the same thing with decentralized finance. Only that in decentralized finance, you can use things like NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens. Like Promise was talking about, digital art could be acceptable, or you can just use raw liquidity, which is SOL or USD coin. You understand? For instance, I feel that the price of SOL is going to go up, right? Or it's going to go down, however. And I have some USD coin. I take this USD coin and I give it as collateral, and I collect a loan from Jupiter to go and do another DeFi activity. That money is going to gain value later because I have that feeling that money is going to gain value. So that money is locked up there. I've now gotten extra money to go and participate in another DeFi activity. So if I'm actually right, I will make a profit there. I will go and do that thing I want to do. When I'm done with it, I'll bring back the money and pay them. You understand? That is just how it was. That beautiful feature called Jupiter portfolio. Sometimes in crypto, we have things that are hidden. We participate in so many things. We call it APing in. Something just comes out and you don't just want to be left behind. You just jump into it. You're doing this, you're doing that. You're on Meteora, you're on Jupiter, you're on this platform to get those things. So sometimes Jupiter portfolio helps you to track your DeFi activity, and it even has an airdrop checker from your activity you are doing in case you are qualified for an airdrop and you don't know about it. But these airdrops, they have limited period for you to claim them. So Jupiter portfolio will show you your airdrop checker, and so you can see my little chart on this particular wallet. How my activity was very, very low from October down, and it peaked October, and it has come down somewhere here. So it all depends on how much you're doing, and it's showing me my DAO value, it's showing me my holdings in this wallet, it's showing me that I have some bond tokens, and it's showing me that bond has gone up 0.3% in the past 24 hours. So this is what Jupiter portfolio does for you. It just gives you an overview. So down to staking, I'm a cadet at Jupiter, that's why I'm actually doing this. So Jupiter community governance comes with staking. So how does staking work? You have some JUP tokens, you stake them in the DAO. The DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. You can see the interface here. It's the first voting platform for cats in history. And I know that some people will feel that why cats? Why cats? Okay, because in crypto, like, we use anime pictures to do a lot of things. It's something that has just become a trend. We use pixel art, NFT style with pixel art, and you just need like an animal to resonate. When you look at the background picture, you're seeing cats with spacesuits. Some groups call themselves cats, some call themselves frogs. And people just identify themselves with different animals, you understand? And it all depends on, actually this was done with a vote, and you can see the first vote here. The first ever vote that was done on Jupiter was done, which animal is the cutest? So, which animal is the cutest? And the cat won. When the cat won, you start identifying with cats, because you have to be community driven. I know there are two people on my team that are not here today, Lancer and Gray. They are not here today because of financial constraints. They were meant to be here, but at the last minute we had to cancel. Lancer's heart was broken for months when his wallet got compromised because of connecting his wallet to various applications. When you start exploring dApps, for those of you that are going to follow, it's very easy to get excited. You just start doing a bunch of things, and then your wallet gets compromised, and then your wallet gets drained. Because every industry has bad actors. People are just there writing smart contracts to drain your wallet. Once you connect your wallet to their site, every asset in that wallet is going to be drained. So please, let's be security conscious when we open this wallet. Do not connect your wallet to applications you do not know. Please. So please, how many people have downloaded Jupiter Mobile here today? How many people have Jupiter Mobile? I've been talking a lot. Okay. Alright, that's good. So, if you just go on your Play Store and you just type Jupiter, you will just see Jupiter Mobile. And definitely, I'm sure you have been seeing the logo. You will know Jupiter Mobile. So, we're going to get something into those wallets very soon. To go through all the Jupiter products, man, I tell you, these guys, they ship every week. And when you guys are on X and you guys are seeing what's happening, the way I'm seeing it, you see how much these guys are doing. They work so fucking hard. So it's just something that kind of work ethic is very hard to find. In fact, there's no team on Solana that is building as fast as Jupiter. The last thing I'm going to talk about is Jupiter Research. Okay? Jupiter Research is a platform, like, we do decentralized work. So if you have anything that you want to do for Jupiter, like for example, this kind of event that we're holding for Jupiter, this is where you come and propose. You come to Jup Research and you write a proposal, and the community looks at what you're trying to do and they give you feedback on what you're trying to do, and they tell you and they encourage you if what you are trying to do makes sense. So we normally have meetings online, we call it the planetary call. So play the official cadet team song and talk about products, where Jupiter is heading to, and you get alpha. Okay, this alpha is privileged information for you to act on. So this is Jup research. You can see a bunch of proposals. I also have a proposal here. I'm not going to go into it. You can see proposals that are here. Okay, so 2026, there will be lots of opportunities for everybody here to participate in whatever you know how to do. Trust me, whatever skill you have to offer, if you're a DJ, MC, artist, most especially content creators. If you can create video, you can create all those kind of things, you are good to go. You understand? There will be lots of opportunities for, and even before then, opportunities will spring up. I didn't even tell you guys about prediction markets, okay? So we also have prediction markets where you can actually, prediction markets like our betting, you can actually like say, okay, this person is going to win MotoGP, or this team is going to win this football match, and it works separately. So please, at your own spare time, please go to jup.ag and explore the things you are seeing here. And whatever you do not understand, do not hesitate to ask on the group. So when you do ask these questions on the group, then we can guide you on what you can do. We have JLP loans, borrow USD coin using JLP tokens as collateral, and we have Studio. Studio is a very special project where you can launch tokens. If you have the capacity, launching a token is not easy. Okay, it takes a lot of liquidity. Okay, so we'll get into that tomorrow. We'll talk about Studio in depth. But we live in a world today where anyone can launch a token, anyone can launch a cryptocurrency, and Jupiter Studio is a launch pad. It's one of the many launch pads that are existing on Solana. You understand? Where I can launch a Ohange token right now if I want. It's permissionless. I'll launch it. All I need are people that are going to buy and sell it. Is that easy? So if I don't have people that are going to buy and sell it, which is the community, that is where I will not have a problem. So this is basically what Jupiter is all about. And to end this presentation of Jupiter, you can see all the various products that Jupiter have as I'm scrolling down. I'm going to stake Jup and vote. Okay. So this is vote.jup.ag. As you are gaining your tokens, as you join this community, we are going to be striving, we are going to be communicating with Jupiter, we are going to be communicating with Meteora, and we have a baby community that is coming up, and we need to encourage them. I hope I made sense. I hope I was able to pass a little bit of reasonable information. Yeah. So that's the end of my presentation.
Okay, so now it's time to unlearn. I said we're here to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We are going to take a quick break.
It's very important that we network with each other, get to just try and make a friend here today. Somebody that you don't know, just say hi to somebody while you are eating and having your soft drink or water. Just try to say hi to somebody. So we have a little bar set up at the back there. So you can, if you feel like you want to have something, of course you can communicate with the bar. Okay, so we have some refreshments for you guys. So please let's settle down for the last session of the day, please. And this is the giveaway segment. Trading has to do with pairs. I'll use build the exchange. So most of us that travel out we have need for dollar, right? Yeah, so an aboki needs to have liquidity for him to be able to offer you services. He needs to have naira and he needs to have pounds or dollar. Okay, if you're coming from the US and you land at the airport, there's an aboki there that has naira because you can't spend your dollar when you come into Nigeria. Okay, so he's going to give you that naira. And he's also going to have dollar in case you are traveling out and you want to exchange your naira for dollar at the cost, at the fee. That is what liquidity provision is. Okay, so that aboki has provided liquidity for naira and for dollar or pounds in whichever case. So it's a pair. You understand? So when we look at liquidity pools here, I'm going to the pool session. If you can see if you can look at the screen. So I'm going to Meteora pools, and you see a bunch of pools will come up, and these pools will come up with in pairs. You see ZO USDC, you see MET USDC, you see MET zone, and you see all that down, and you see that you can even search for a particular pool. So you see that the two pinned pairs, we have MET USDC and we have MET zone. And you can see that in the MET USD pools that we have 70 pools total. That is the same MET USDC, MET USD. We have 70 pools. Why? The first pool that we have here is a 0.20% fee. And you can see that the total liquidity locked is $3.9 million that is locked up in this pool. And that is total value locked. You can see the TVL. That's what TVL stands for, total value locked. And you can see 24 hours volume. Now, $14 million have been traded in this pool today, in the past 24 hours. So you can see the fee compared to TVL. It's a ratio. We say LPing is a lifestyle. LPing is a lifestyle only if you have liquidity. If you do not have liquidity, you cannot make LP a lifestyle. Let's say I want to trade MET USDC and I want to select a pool to trade today. The most reasonable pool for me to go through to is 0.2%. If I really have liquidity, if I have a lot of liquidity, if I can put myself in the 1% of people that are providing liquidity, I'll go for this pool. But if I have little liquidity, I will not go for this pool. Because earlier on we were talking about Jupiter, and now we're talking about Meteora. So what's the connection between Meteora and Jupiter, right? Jupiter is the decentralized exchange who makes swaps. And we didn't go in depth about how Jupiter works. I didn't talk about Metis V1, I didn't talk about Juno, and these are trading engines. So Jupiter offers the best prices. We have other decentralized exchanges on Solana. I have other wallets apart from Jupiter. These other wallets and these other exchanges, they charge higher fees when you're swapping. Yes, and Jupiter offers gasless swap. Gas is the fee that you pay for using the platform. Nobody's going to, I cannot carry money and create an application for you to be using and it's going to be for free. I need to make money. So I'm going to charge you for using that application. And currently, no other platform has been able to charge lower than Jupiter. Jupiter gives you 10x lower fees and it's 10x faster, and the UI is 10x sexier. Because if you look at other UIs, they are very, very boring. Because most crypto people just feel that, okay, all you need to do is you just need this thing to work. It just needs to work. Because that's where you're there. You're looking for money. You're not looking for beauty. But Jupiter has gone beyond that, giving you a very, very fast exchange. And I'm sorry that you guys will not even know the difference, because once you guys start using Jupiter, I don't think you'll be able to have the chance to use another exchange. But for some of us that have used other decentralized exchanges to make swaps and to do things, you know that Jupiter has really changed the game within the past 2 years. And I tell you that these people ship every week. Every week is one new announcement, one new product, and they don't stop. They just keep making things better. So, back to Meteora. Meteora will, when you're making swaps will always go through the lowest fee pool that is available at that time, except trading volume is too high. If this trading volume is so high and there are so many trades going on, then they will now start accessing other pools. That's why you see that the 0.2% pool is trading more. So if I have liquidity in this pool, most of the transactions that are going on Solana will be routed through my liquidity pool, and then I'll be able to claim fees. Now, for me to provide liquidity for MET and USD, I need to have MET, which is MET token. MET token is the token that powers Meteora, and USD coin is a stable coin, as I explained earlier on. So I will select this pool, but being DJ, if I was to provide liquidity for MET USD, I will look for a 2% fee, which is this 100 billion steps. What that means is that I'm taking 2% of what you are going to swap, and I'm going to select the price range. And then when I select this price range, so many transactions will not be routed through my pool, but anytime that there's peak for that price, there must be peak for that price to change from. Yes, and so within that my range, I know that some transactions will pass through my pool, and I prefer to get this 2% pool than to stay on this 0.2%. This I'll be getting very, very little with very low liquidity. That is dynamic AMM, automated market maker. They're all dynamic. V1 is dynamic. These are the 3 dApps that Meteora has provided for us to use and provide LP. And trust me, LP was a game that was left for big institutions before. People that have like $1 million to provide liquidity. Because this is something that is a software that you provide liquidity and you can go to bed, and this is printing fees for you. If I go to my X now, you will see people that are printing fees because they have liquidity. As a community, we can build this liquidity together. I'm not expecting anybody here to start trying to build liquidity on his own. Okay, so of course, Meteora has promised to create opportunities for all people that want to join the LP army. Of course, there's going to be an opportunity for you. The only thing that you're going to need to do something, you're going to need to give value back to the ecosystem in one form or the other. There are general airdrops that are being done for the whole community. Depending on what you've done for the community, it's being measured, it's being determined, and you get your own allocation. And when that time comes, you get liquidity and you can do whatever you want with this liquidity. Speaking of airdrops, Jupiverse 2026 is coming up. A yearly giveaway that Jupiter does for the ecosystem. So by January, Jupiter always tries to give something back to the community. So, and that comes from simple contributions like a post on X. That's why I said that X is very important and it's very centric to what we are doing here today. You need to be adding some sort of value. And there's Meteora Nigeria. We have Meteora Nigeria that just got started not long ago. I don't think it's up to 2 months. And Meteora Nigeria is spreading. We brought Meteora Nigeria to Boko. We brought Jupiter Nigeria to Boko also. So because this is a joint event between Jupiter and Meteora. So bringing Jupiter and Meteora to Boko is a very, very big win. Seriously, because I don't know where that would have happened if not for this event. So that's why we are very excited about this. So we'll still connect with larger ecosystems from JUPMET. We'll connect with Meteora Nigeria, we'll connect with Jupiter Nigeria, we'll connect with Super Team. So that is what this is about, community building. Because these great products will not use themselves. So as I was saying before, LP was only for big institutions where they will carry money and give an AMM and they just manage the liquidity for them and then they get returns. But today you can do that on your own with Meteora. So burning Jup I have to go to my ex to get Bonding Jup's contract. I really like the founder of Bond. He never gives up and he always adapts and is always developing. And is developing Bonding Jup with an eternal fire. Bonding Jup is a token that was created to own Jupiter tokens. This guy, when Jupiter Studio was launched, this guy took the burden to create a token that the creator fees, the fees that are being gotten from trading activity would be rationed into portions. A portion of it would be, he spoke about strategic reserves and doing buybacks, and the total supply was 98 million. This total supply of 98 million does no longer exist. If we check the total supply of Bonding Jup now, you see the supply has dropped, and 25% of it is used to bond Jup tokens. Why? To give Jup tokens more value. Okay, so this is what we call a PPP project. 25% of it are used for revenue sharing to what? Bank workers. So bank workers are people who are working for Bonding Jup. Okay, so I have something in this 25% because I'm talking about bond. That's what we do to get airdrops. So if you're on X, I'll just encourage you to make a post about bond. You can take a picture here. You can take a picture beside this, post it on X. Trust me, once you do that, you get a response from bond. It's very, very active. One of the most active people on Twitter. So that's what Bond is all about. This person came out and said, why don't you create a token that supports Jup? So please, let's give a round of applause to Bond, because please, they really, really, really deserve it. When you guys start earning money from crypto, please remember to buy some Bond so that the creators of Bond will get some fees. So when they make those fees will now be used to the Jupiter ecosystem. Thank you. I promised I was going to use Bond today to do DLMM. And as you can see my screen, you can see what a CA is. It's just a bunch of letters and numbers. Okay, so you can see that this is what a key is. If you remember when Promise was talking about a key, we have public keys and we have private keys. So your wallets have this kind of letters as an address, and your private key also has this kind of letters and numbers. You understand? So if I copy this and I go to Meteora and I then put the contract address here and I search, you can see Bond, which is one pool of another token that has been paired with Bond to give you liquidity, and the total value note here is $239, and 24 hours volume is $64, and the fee is 0.27%. And we can see Bond so here. This is a project that people that are really, really concerned about the overall growth of the Jupiter ecosystem that will participate in this. So if I was to create a pool, I have just Bond in my wallet. If I was to create a DLMM here, I would then add liquidity on this tab. I'll come and add liquidity. Then I would select the amount of Bond I want. I would just put it at max, and then if I want to add some SOL, I told you that when you're providing liquidity, you need 2 tokens. But Meteora has made it possible that even with 1 token you can do it. It will swap to the other token and then now maintain the 2 and then wait for trading activity. So if I was to do Bond SOL, I will add Bond, and it costs about 0.05 SOL to create a DLMM position. So we have 3 basic DLMM strategies. You understand? We have the spot. The spot is that it spreads your liquidity evenly, so that as trading activity is going up and down, you're just making those fees. And then we have the core, which concentrates the liquidity within a particular price range. Okay, which is the core. If I was using 2 tokens, you see how you concentrate the liquidity. But you see that when I change it, you see that the lever changed. You can see how it changed. And then we also have bid ask. The curve concentrates liquidity in a particular price range that it wants. This thing takes practice. But press max or so, you can say it's putting $4. Because what this has done is it has checked the amount of SOL that I have in my wallet, and it has actually subtracted the SOL that I need to create this position, and it's left with $4.99 to create that DLMM position. So you can now see that I now have some little light blue, this thing here. That is my SOL, and this is my bond tokens on this side. These ones are bigger because I have more bond, and then the SOL is very little. So I can actually adjust this within the range that I want. I can actually move this lever, tighten up the range, so that my liquidity is kind of like centralized. Sometimes we get into this thing just for like 5 minutes, just to make a quick profit and come out. So I can tighten it up like this, and you can see that the thing is adjusted. So, and it's showing me the number of beans. That's being as a container that holds liquidity, right? They hold liquidity within a price range. So if I just confirm, and once I confirm, you can see down here that it has shown me that liquidity has been added. If the price goes up, it will sell bond and give me SOL. If it comes down, it will sell SOL and give me bond, and I'll be making those fees. So if I do this, I can just go to bed, and this thing will just be crazy for me. So all it takes is for me to look for a good pool that is trading. So how do I get a good pool that is trading? I just need to come to LP Army here. You're welcome to LP Army. So when I come to LP Army, I will go to DLMM. This code is a very powerful application. It has its purpose. We have a Nigerian channel here where you see a Nigerian guys dropping CEs. You can see people are dropping contract address, so you see the token, you see token information, a fully diluted valuation, you see the liquidity that is locked in, you see the trading volume, the age of the token. And if this information is not okay for you, I can carry this token and go to GMGN AI and see what's happening on the chart and determine if I want to trade this token or not. And it's not every token here that they post that means that you are issued. I told you that there are bad actors everywhere. So you have to do your own research every time. So this is the DLMM here, right? So you see a bunch of charts. Sometimes they sleep here. Something happened on the 4th of July. I did not sleep that night because I was trying to figure out what Asian time is. We were very, very sure that we were going to make money from the first token that launched on Jupiter Studio. Because they were to launch Jupiter Studio that day, and all we wanted to know is that which is going to be the first token to launch on Jupiter Studio. And that token was going to get a lot of volume just for being the first token. So they said that the first token was going to be launched Asian morning. So that day we were all in this chat and we were all making fun. I'm not going to stay until the first CA dropped and then people started trading. Because people will ape in, call it aping in. So sometimes that is how that is the kind of stress we go through to be early in something. Nobody's going to call you on the phone and tell you that, okay, this token just launched, except you are an insider. If I'm in my room now and I open my computer and I'm in this, I'll be waiting for the next CA to drop, and I'll set up my notifications so that when the message comes in, I'll just know. So if the message comes in, I'll just know. I'll copy the CA, do my own little research, and then ape into the coin, and then I'll see what I can make. But people make losses from this thing. I have to also say it. I have to tell you guys that there's no such thing as just making money. If you become a lone wolf doing this thing, you're not joining the crowd to do this, and you just become a master of your own. You're going to get robbed. If you want, we have boot camps. That's another thing. We have boot camps, and there's lparmy.com also, where you can learn details, everything you want. Anybody can become a liquidity provider. All you just need to do is start learning, and you need to join the Discord. So I can just withdraw and close the position. As I press that button, it's going to add back the money I put. You can see the $13 or so that I put. This $13 was needed to create this position, and it's being given back to us. It was used to pay rent. So what we did was we bought a space on the blockchain, temporal. Like I said earlier on, everything on the blockchain takes the form of transactions. So we bought some space on the blockchain. Now we don't own that space anymore. So our money has been given back to us. Even the bond tokens that we put in has been given to us back. DAMM V2. In case you don't want to do DLMM, you don't want to take control, you just want an automatic kind of thing, you can choose a pool and add money into it. But you must have, with DAMM V2, you must have both tokens. So if you don't have the other token, you have to swap and then add liquidity. DAMM V2 is very, very good for project owners. When you are starting your own crypto project, you just create a DAMM V2 pool where anybody that wants to buy and sell that currency at whatever price range is going to be able to buy and sell that token. So it's from 0 to whatever price, no matter price, but DLMM focuses on the price that you set. So once it goes out of that price range, you're not making any fees. So you can create a DAMM V2 pool for, if you have a project that you're very, very bullish on, you love the project and you know the project is going to, just create a DAMM V2. If there's a DAMM V2 pool already existing, you can just add liquidity to the DAMM V2 pool. You can choose to permanently lock it, 25,000 more, and I'll put my SOL 0.08, and I'll go down and I'll select the fee price, fee collection, base or quote. The base token is the token that is your own, or the main coin they are coming into. These tokens are valueless, they're just units of tokens. You give them value by when you pay them with another currency that has value, like SOL or USD coin. So the quote token is the token that has value, that the token is deriving value from. This, in this case, is SOL. So I can select to get both base token and quote, depending on what I want. Or I can select only quote. So all the fees I'm getting from this pool will only be coming in SOL. Or I can select base and quote. And fee scheduler, yes. If it's a new token, I can set a fee scheduler that for the first 0 minutes to 120 minutes, let it be 50% fee, then it starts dropping. Why you will do this is because of snipers. People have trading bots. If I create a token now and I launch that token, I just create a pool for it, snipers will buy the token immediately and sell the token on the next second and make a profit. They don't care how much that profit is. That token might just be very, very little, but they've made a profit. And they're not doing this manually, they're doing it with the bot. You understand? So the people have bots and so when you create a fee scheduler, that when you start a token and the new token launches and the sniper bot buys the token and the sniper bot sells that token immediately, the person is going to suffer a 50% loss. But once I just press create and deposit here, it will create and deposit the token, and I'll start earning fees within like the next 1 minute if there's trading activity on it. I can permanently lock up the liquidity by checking this button. If I'm a project owner and I'm like, oh, maybe tomorrow I might run into problems and I'll need money, I want to withdraw this liquidity. I'm like, oh no, let me just permanently lock it for life, and I'll permanently lock it. They're going to make the money back through trading fees. And if you have some of the tokens you can actually sell, it will always have some form of liquidity. So that's the purpose of this permanently locking liquidity. If you're the project owner, or if you're not the project owner and you just want to participate in the project for a little while, you don't need to put this. You will check it, you create and deposit. And the way you create and deposit, you can also withdraw it the same way we withdraw from the DAMM V2 pool. So that's all about Meteora, DLMM, and DAMM V2. We'll do just one on the screen here. For the first person that is going to be able to use their Jupiter mobile to scan, the person will get it. Then the other people will get the QR codes on the Telegram. So if you are not on the Telegram, you are not going to be able to get the bonding. That's why we ask that you join the Telegram. And please follow the official account, Jupiter account, Jupiter on X. Follow Jupiter, follow Meteora, follow me too, so that we can connect. So it's time for us to do the little giveaway that we said we were going to do. So we are right now on X. So I'm going to, okay, thank you. So You can also follow me. This is actually my account. If you just search for Ohangi on X, you see me. So I thank you guys so much for coming and for staying here this long and participating in this. So I wish I'll see you guys online, chat with you guys, whatever is available for you guys tomorrow, whatever information or whatever giveaways or whatever it is that comes up. We'll have channels to communicate with you. And also invite people that were not here, that you know that will be interested in this sort of thing. Also invite them to our group. Let them join our group. Hopefully the next one will be bigger giveaways and all that. So the last thing I'm going to do is to demonstrate the power of Jupiter Mobile. Sorry I cannot project my phone. I'm going to create a magic link, and this is only possible with Jupiter. Only on Jupiter. You can't get this on any other platform. It's so easy onboarding people to crypto using Jupiter because of this magic link. So I'm going to generate a magic link. So I hope our phones are ready. People with JUP Mobile. Who has JUP Mobile? If you have JUP Mobile, please ready to scan. Okay, so that's the QR code. So anybody that can scan it quickly. It's only one person. You're covering other people. Who scanned it? He scanned it, you're the first person. Who scanned it? That's amazing. Okay. So, okay, my link has been claimed. So you see that's how easy it is to onboard. Right? Who got it? You're the one. Okay, so let's just do a round. We can do like 10 or 4 right?
That's the participate.
No.
Okay. You want to see participate?
You cannot participate again. Okay, you know what? I think I will just send the remaining ones through here. Right? This was just to show you what Magic Link is. So, if you want to onboard a friend tomorrow, you can just send the person $1. It costs 0.5 cents to generate a Magic Link, and you can send minimum of $1 to someone. It's a very fun way to onboard your family members, friends. So what will happen is people that came into the group today will communicate with the group, will talk, and then I will just directly send them the links to their DMs on Telegram. And when they claim it, they can now acknowledge that they've claimed it on the group. Within the next few days, we'll be giving out 40 of these codes. So please invite your friends into the group. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Ohangi, for that wonderful presentation. Please put your hands together for him once again. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you. Okay. We've taken much of your time today, but I hope you've learned a lot, because there was a lot that was said here. And I want to thank you all for coming out today to participate in this event. Glad that we got something out of it. Okay, we have come to the end of the event. Welcome to the family. The first time I heard about cryptocurrency was, I think last year, when they brought about airdrops that we have to tap on our phones. So that was the first time I heard about it. But this time, today that I came here, I learned a lot. I took notes. And when I get back, I'll work on it. Thank you very much. I'm glad I was here. Thank you. Thank you for coming.